What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Welcome to tonight's show. Sonny, you want to say what up?
Hey y'all, hey y'all. I'm about to move it closer so I can see. Like a blind bat. Okay. I think I'm good there.
That's all right.
Yeah.
We're in the building. We're back in the building. It's been a few weeks since we've been on.
Yeah.
But we wanted to get back to y'all and let y'all know we still here.
We still alive.
And we still giving y'all great topics and discussions, and make sure y'all get over to the join the conversation group, because that's where you can find us on the daily, at least most of us.
Yeah.
Definitely interact with us and check out our different topics that we have over there, as well as memes, jokes, all the kind of stuff. You know how we do. Make sure you get over at gftradioshow.com for all of our links, all of our replays, things like that. Hit the notification bell so that you can be made aware when we go online. So yeah, make sure you guys do that. And tonight we're going to be doing, some usual stuff, trending topics, some stuff that's in the news, things that are just going on, things that, make you say, So
that part.
I'm looking forward to some good topics. I think first things first, we want to discuss a bit of a weird one, mainly because it's your boy Trump doing his thing as usual,
Yeah.
Making a splash and, testing the waters is the way I look at it, at least the way I look at it. And so he is, he has recently rescinded some rules that were set up back in the 60s by Lyndon B. Johnson, which basically regulated government contracts or contract recipients, so contract companies and institutions, and didn't allow them to have segregated facilities. So facilities for offices, bathrooms, eating facilities, things like that. And he's rescinded that at a federal level. At least attempted to with an executive order. So that's another, one of those things where definitely not what anybody asked for, at least, nobody I know, and definitely strikes a chord with folks, because it brings up the question of what is he trying to accomplish by doing this, and what is he trying to allow or let people get away with. And so, Sonny, what's your take on this, and what's your feelings on what this could mean for the future?
About the segregation one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, I really feel like it's a big deal. I don't think, like, a lot of black and brown folks say that they want this, right? But I feel like it's not really something that we really want, because when you think about certain things, it opens up the door to so many other things. Like you start with, you give them an inch, they go a mile, right?
Right.
So if you're okay with them taking it on a federal level, so that's the inch, right? It's a big ass inch in real life, but
right,
it can go so much further than that. And it's like I know we talked about this early on when he got in office. It's like, and people are like, oh, y'all scared, y'all think overthinking it too much, and it's like, no, it's like, this is a real thing. Like, it's a lot of stuff that's the policies that are put in place that to change life as we know it. And it's like, you giving them an inch for them to go the long yard. Like, everybody is this segregation. It won't just mean black and brown. It'll mean so much more. They already have one of the biggest problems, biggest issues that most people support Trump is because of the LGBTQ, right?
right.
You want to stop that. Civil rights, whether or not you agree with their lifestyle, whether or not you like it, has nothing to do with you, right? That's just their own personal life, and they should have their own rights. But once you start, like, to strip away their rights, what stops them from stripping away our rights? And like now we're seeing this desegregation. What's next? I mean, at first it was the LGBTQ taking women's rights to choose. Now we're going like, how much further do they have to go before people get it and wake up and realize what's really happening? And that every small step is to a bigger change because things are already in place. So it's just a lot. It's a lot, and it's like people are okay with it to an extent. They're saying, from what I've been hearing, at least I know where I stand with people. You already know where you stand with people. You don't need to be. This doesn't need to happen for you to know that some people are completely racist. Some people don't like you. Even understanding that some people that pretend to like you don't really care for you. We see it. You want to know how you see it? Because when certain things happen to our people, they're the ones saying all lives matter. They're not necessarily understanding. They feel like it's a disrespect. Those are the ones that got mad at Colin Kaepernick for kneeling on the thing. He wasn't doing anything violent, but like they came at him with the book about him kneeling. So it's those people, like those people you call your friends that had an issue with that and saying he's disgracing the American flag and the soldiers and missed the whole fucking point. Those are the people you need to be worried about. And for the people that are hiding and pretending, they can't hide who they are for so long. But for so long, at some point they're gonna say something or do something that's either microaggression or just plain aggressive at this point. Or flat out just call you the N-word, just like it's nothing, because we're out here giving out passes but for white people to be able to say the N-word. Like it's just crazy. Or we don't want to use it, but we feel like everybody else uses it, why can't they? It's miles. It's miles that's about to happen. So this is like something that, yes, I understand. I want to know where I stand with certain people. At the end of the day, I feel like I already know. I made it to the big age of 41, going on 42. I'm pretty sure that I can reconcile. I can understand who's really for me and who's not, because like Brianna said in her speech, like y'all want to break bread with us, but you don't understand what we're going through. Like the only way, like you're not there with us in a fight. You're just picking a side without saying anything. You're picking a side. So like you don't need further confirmation to be like where you stand with people. You understand people. Like that's my thing. And a lot of people don't get me because I understand who people are. I'll still deal with you to a certain extent, but I also know who you are. So, like, because I understand where you are, I know where to go, what conversation to have with you, what not to have with you, how I limit how I interact with you because I know who you are. That's like knowing one of your best friends a thief, and they got to tell you they a thief. No, you know they a thief. You know that when they come over, if you invite them over your house, you got to start checking and shaking pockets, or you like they don't got to announce, hey, hey, I'm a thief. No, they a thief. Every time they come around, something missing.
Going into it, exactly. Yeah.
Like we don't need you to tell us that you don't like us. Y'all don't like us. Y'all don't. None of this stuff is for us. Stuff y'all saying let you know that y'all don't like us. I don't need segregation to further prove that.
Right. What up, though, Hype?
Hey, Hype.
Well, a lot as always.
Oh, I can't hear him.
All right. Well, can you hear me now?
No, you sound far away.
We good. My bad. Hold up. Let's adjust. You hear me now?
Yep.
All right.
Better. So what's your take on this Trump's latest executive order rescinding segregation requirements or rules, for segregated dining areas and facilities for Black and white employees?
All right. So break this one down for me. As y'all know, it's been Ramadan the last month. I've been readjusting to this new schedule. So I've been operating on about 4 hours of sleep a day and only able to eat or drink anything for 12 hours. So my news has been very shabby. So give me a brief, give me a good bit of a give me some Cliff's notes, and then I can give you it.
Yep. So the big thing is, like it says here, Trump's overturned an executive order signed by Lyndon B. Johnson in 1965 to jettison a requirement that federal contractors must enforce rules against segregation in their workplaces. The Services Administration issued a memo to all federal agencies pointing out that Trump's order no longer requires businesses paid with taxpayer dollars in contracts to ensure that they won't have facilities like segregated dining areas and segregated offices and things like that for Black and white employees. So That's
All right,
the,
not a
the
problem.
long and the short of it, So the question is what's your take on him doing that? Keeping in mind that state and federal laws still outlaw segregation in companies, including government contractors. But as Melissa Murphy pointed out in the NPR, that lifting the ban has some significance, and she called it
Yeah, because
disturbing.
I'm about to say, if you got a private company, then you can do whatever you want. Um,
Mhm.
so like Sonny was like when I walked into this, Sonny's basically saying like I like to know who's for me and who's not for me. Um, in these situations, if somebody jumps on this, then you know that they're not for you. You gotta always treat work like work. You gotta always treat it like a job. You can't never bring personal thoughts, feelings, or anything. Whenever people ask like, "What did you feel about this, that, or whatever law that gets passed?" I try to keep things as cordial as possible at work because you don't know who's around the wall, who thinks what, or any of those situations. Now,
Mhm.
if you got us over here at segregated areas, like yeah, the black people go on break over here and the white people going on break over there, then you might not be the kind of person that I want to take your money. Because everybody's money is not money that I want to get. And
Mhm.
thank you for letting me know who you are. Thank you for letting me know that you don't F with me. You don't bang with me and you just using me for whatever it is that you needed to get out of me. And I mean, I'm cool. This is why I don't ever tell people don't have all your eggs in one basket. You gotta
Mhm.
have something else
Exactly.
going on. 2020 taught me that they walked in too many times to whoever and just say, "Hey Willie, we don't need your position no more." So I don't know how you're gonna pay that mortgage. I don't know how you're gonna take care of your kids, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. We're just gonna holler at you later. You've been here 23 years. We appreciate all the nights you stayed late, all the days you came in early, but you can just kick rocks. Can't
Right.
rock with these type of people.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree that these people will show you who they are. But then also, I look at it from the standpoint like the situation with the DEI, right? Um, there was a lot of backlash for companies that rescinded their DEI initiatives. Um, from a business standpoint, it did make sense for certain businesses to do what they did based on what they were receiving, how they were being treated, things that they had to do in order to maintain their business in terms of dealing with that order and how it would have affected not just their bottom line, because that wasn't the only factor, but there was things such as their contracts with the state, their contracts with the government, things that they had in play for their investors, all those kind of things. And when you go against something like a government order or a federal order, then you start to affect those things, right? And not to say that all rules are good rules and all rules are and all money is good money, but when it starts to affect your investments, when it starts to affect your investor spread as well as affect your bottom line, these companies look at the dollar signs and how that affects them. And I'm not saying that it's right, but it was the right decision for some of these companies to say, you know what, we're going to follow the rules from this standpoint. I can't remember what company it was, but I was reading about how one company removed their DEI initiative programs to stay in line with the government, but they still had different programs and different rules and policies in place that supported those programs. They kept those in place because those didn't have DEI written all over them. So they were able to kind of skirt around the issue with Trump. They were able to say, you know what, we followed the rules, but we still are looking out for the diversity of our company, the people, the minorities in our company, and ensure we're still supporting them, things of that nature. So I mean, I liked how they did that, but not every company had that kind of like written out that way. Some were saying that they were going to figure it out later. Some were saying we just are doing what we're going to do now and see where the chips may fall. So, I think that, you know, a standpoint like this, basically the rules were set that these federal agencies had to have contracts written in such a way that there was either a clause or rules in there saying that they would be receiving a contract and they would maintain integrated workplaces. Now that's not going to be in that contract. But these companies can still say, you know what, our policy is that we're never going to, uh, uh, segregate our employees or have segregated facilities, from a culture standpoint or from a HR standpoint. They can still have those rules in place. But if they take that out of their contract, do we demonize them? Do we blackball them? Do we boycott them? I don't think it's black and white anymore.
When we go to like the problem with the boycott situations is they're half done these days.
Mhm.
In the '60s, when we hear that Tyra, Joe's Crab Shack has like the DEI situation where they're not bringing any black people. They're not bringing none of us in. They're not hiring none of us for any positions of any authority. You could be a dishwasher, but you can't be nothing else. We would all get together and say we are no longer supporting Joe's Crab Shack, and we
Mhm.
just wouldn't go there collectively as a whole. Nobody's going there. When the bus got too much money, people just said we're walking. Nobody's catching the bus. When they did these different things at these different places, it was a collective community that said we are boycotting these things.
Right.
Hmm.
Now we have, oh, it'll be funny if I went in there. Oh, I can make the funny TikTok if I'm the one that's dancing outside the store, or if I'm the one that's in there going like, yeah, I don't know what tip niggas is on. They got whatever it is, my favorite sandwich down here. They got the shrimps that you can put in the sauce or whatever the situation might be. And that's the problem now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We don't do these things as a
we
collective. We
don't
don't
stand
do
on
these things.
business.
We don't
Right.
stand on it at all. Niggas will be
Well,
all
we're not a
for each
monolith.
other.
I mean, not to say we ever were, but we were definitely a better monolith, or a better segregated not monolith back in the day. But we also had, like you said, we stood on business to the point of we not only had people that were doing doing the
The
boycotting
boycott.
or
Yeah.
doing
But it wasn't
the
just
stand-ins
people.
and
It
things
would
like that,
be
but it wasn't for a day. It wasn't for
But
a
that's what
minute.
I'm saying. But that's
Yeah.
why you
But
say
I think, see,
stand on it on that business is like standing on business don't mean like yeah it's popping Monday and Tuesday and that's what we doing. No, it means in June we're still not going there.
Right.
Like
yeah.
we're
Right.
still just gonna keep walking. We're not catching that bus or we're not going that way to that store or whatever. Some people is just gonna say, oh well, I gotta have my whatever. So I'm going and I don't care what nobody else doing, or it's cool to
Right.
like the post or to repost it, but you're still at the store. Like make it make sense.
No, but I feel like too. I feel like it even though it's not a prolonged. Some people don't have the longevity to do it long term. I feel like the short term ones are effective in a sense because I know from like and even not even outside of this what's going on now. Um, I know in my neighborhood, I went to a hair store, and the way the owner and them was acting like in his mind, black, she trying to steal. Like he essentially wanted me to buy stuff without like looking at it, getting further checking. Like if I'm buying hair, checking the hair out to see if it's like the texture I want, whatever, whatever. He was just like, no, you can't touch it. You just got to buy it if you want to see it. But
Sound
then like he
more
was following me
cool.
around the store the whole way. I've never been to that. I've never been to that hair store again. Like it wasn't something I had to boycott. I just felt like you ain't like us folks. Like the way you walk, because I walk into places and say hello, hi, whatever, and you just look at me like I done said something crazy to you, and then you proceed to follow me around. And then when I'm asking for like, hey, can I blah blah blah, like the other hair stores let you walk in, they'll show you around, ask you what you're looking for, help you and everything. He was on like
Mhm.
I was coming in there to steal something. Like it wasn't even that serious, sir. But like he was on me the entire time. And then he just had this like this facial expression he kept making. It was pissing me off. So when he said that to me, and I said, "So you think I'm supposed to just buy this without really doing what I could do in the other hair store? Like at least opening the pack and checking the texture of the hair, but whatever. Making sure this is the kind of hair because sometimes you buy hair it be like the cheap hair. Like if I'm paying a hefty penny for it, I want to make sure that it's the hair that I'm looking for. but like she was being extra. So I was like, okay, I've never been back there before. It wasn't something I had to announce. I like for me, I don't have to announce it. Like I could have, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that wasn't his first, last, or only time he's done that. I don't go there. It seemed like when I went to a local drugstore and they was doing the same thing. I've never been back there since. I go to every other one except for that one, and even when that one was closest to me. But I feel like sometimes these small boycotts do matter, especially when we're doing it as a collective. Like,
Mhm.
and I feel like that's part of the problem with a lot of us. We don't we don't understand like how effective it can be. Because like even when we did like the Amazon one, I everybody know me. I got a business. I do half my orders from Amazon. If I can get it from local people that I know, I'll depending on what I'm doing at that particular moment, I'll talk to some friends that do. Like I have one girl that does shirts and miscellaneous stuff. So if she's one of my go-tos, I'll go to her. But like for the little bit of stuff, like some of the stuff I do baskets or whatever. So I go to Amazon to get a lot of the stuff, the bulk item stuff. I don't really like eBay, whatever. But like that one was hard for me because now I'm crushing on my business. But like for me, it was like I made a conscious decision to do something and stick to it. As hard as it was, because it was like I could have been getting stuff way cheaper than when I got it when I started getting it recently. But like even when I did that, I went to like dollar stores and stuff like that. I bought most of my stuff from dollar stores, but I did buy my bulk items from Amazon. But like even though I knew I had everything in my cart, I was like, oh yeah, I can't do this then. And even like the next tough couple days after, I didn't go immediately and go buy it. I waited like a couple more days and then went and bought it because I feel like if you do it the next day, it just defeats the whole
Yeah, it
purpose.
defeats the
Yeah, it
purpose.
defeats
Yeah.
the whole purpose. So I was like waited, like I did like a waiting week, and then was like, all right, let me get my stuff because I want to get it in time.
Yeah, so that's a good point because that was my thing about the boycott and of the DEI boycott, right? You know,
Mhm.
the thing I liked about it was that they talked about, okay, we're going to boycott certain things on this day, then we're going to boycott some things on this day, then we're going to go stretch it out to a week for something, then we're going to stretch it out for a week for something else, and I was like, okay, that's a little bit more effective because then
Then one day,
you're
yeah,
spreading it out,
Can
but
I
also
jump
you're
in right
doing more
there?
than just one day. Say it again.
Can I jump in right there?
Yeah.
That's the problem with these situations. If they know, like, they not gonna stick with it. All right, you boycotting me on. We can wait that out. We can wait Monday and Tuesday out, and you be back on Wednesday. We can
yeah,
wait out this week, and you be back next week, because our money is long enough to sit out and take the loss for 2 3 days everybody to show up on Saturday, or
yeah,
everybody to show up on Sunday. There's one thing like Sonny's saying: if I walk in a store and you're giving me them type vibes, I'm out. I don't force my money in
yeah,
nobody's pocket. You
Right.
don't have anything in any store I've ever been in that I have to have so bad that you're the only place I can get it. Like, and that's the part that I, that don't work. That's where they get us at. Like I said,
Oh,
yeah,
for
it will
sure.
be
Oh no, I
it will
agree.
be
I
it
agree
will
with
be
that. But I
June,
mean,
it
I
will be
think
August, and they will be like, we still ain't going there. But now
right.
we'll be like, yeah, Monday and Tuesday it was popping, it was trending, so we did it. But then by
yeah.
Thursday, when you get paid, you like, well, damn, I did have to get my hair done, like,
But
I
that's
did have
how.
to get
But
my
that's how.
towels
Like with
rotated.
the thing with that's like the cancel culture, right? R. Kelly did
Hmm.
all
Oh
these
yeah.
horrific things. People. I went on TikTok last week. People like I'm still bumping R. Kelly dropped that whatever
Oh
the
yeah.
what's the name? Everybody on it.
The
I
residuals, the
haven't heard
residual
it.
video.
I
Yeah.
heard a snippet of it because somebody was playing it around me. But like this is why I said like and like I understand the logic of thinking, right? You do this for a day, a week, whatever. It's like you're going right back to it. Okay. Yeah, but it still does something, right? It does something. That's like we all sat there, people was kneeling during the national anthem, people was really supporting Colin Kaepernick. And then once he stopped playing football, it was like, we don't really give a fuck about him. Like it's the half-ass Karen. And I understand it, but at the same
It's
time, it's
the
like
half Karen.
no, because it is, and that's like slapping
Yes.
everything into uh like even to I'm getting off topic, but like the Black Lives Matter, everything that was happening during that time wasn't Black Lives Matter, but we was grouping it in, so it was diluting the purpose
Mhm.
of the Black Lives Matter movement. So like
Right.
everything can't be grouped in that, but at the same time, we all need, and that's how I feel like our biggest problem is what they did back then is never going to happen now. It's never going
That's
to
the
happen now because somebody thinks this is stupid. This doesn't make any sense. Oh, I don't like this person that's saying it about it, so I'm not going to do it. And it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
And at that point, it's not it's a personal choice what you want to do.
Right.
Like I said, for me, I took I take these boycotts, especially for the ones that I know I shop at, right? Like I'm not a Target person. I my family, I got a couple family members that love Target. That's their spot. We call it Target. Like you see me there once in a blue. I don't like unless I'm going with a family member. You probably won't see me out. You won't see me walk through a Target door, right? But I know people, black folks
Copy.
love Target. They love Target more than they love Walmart. So a lot of people
Not
ain't
me.
boycotting. A lot of people won't boycott that. Like I said, for me, the hardest one I had so far was the Amazon one because that's the one I order from the most. Like yeah, I do Walmart once in a blue. Sometimes I'll go to an offsite if I can trust it, but at least I know if I'm ordering from Amazon, I know my shit is gonna come in. If it's messed up, I can sip it back and I'm gonna get my stuff in a timely fashion. So for me, it was something that I avidly like. As far as so far with the list of the boycotts that we're doing, I've been doing really good with them. Next one is Walmart. It's not going to be a problem for me. Amazon was the biggest one so far. Even the one with the one day that we didn't do it on the 18th. That one was so hard for me because I had stuff I needed to do, and I'm like, damn it. And I wanted to do I wanted to do a a podcast that night, but the liquor store I like to go to is a big name liquor store. Like so it ain't no mom and pop liquor store. So I'm like, damn it, I can't even. Then I got to catch an Uber. I got to do it's too much. I'm like, okay, so now I can't do a show. But like, it's the small sacrifices we make that benefit that make a dent whether we realize it or not. And sometimes you do see a difference. But it's like I think people forget to not like it's one thing to say something and it's one thing to actually look at like understand what's happening because go ahead.
Yeah, well, to what you're about to say with the small dent, that's my thing is that like I said, I'm not a big fan of one day boycotts because
Yeah,
like one of y'all brought out earlier, I
That
think both
does
of y'all
nothing.
did,
Yeah.
is that
yeah. The
just
next day is on,
just,
right?
just as fast as you can make that little dent, they're gonna recoup the next day because you're right back in there the next day.
Yeah,
And we're
But
gonna charge you
my
more
thing
on
is that
Tuesday.
if you stretch that out to a week, you stretch that out to a month, longer, it makes an impact to them for visibility.
yeah,
The 1 week and I agree with Hype that 1 week doesn't break most of these companies. It does not, but it does make them take you seriously a little bit, just a little bit. Not
I think
maybe
it
not
would make a difference
maybe
if
not
everybody participated.
for that
I think it
part
would
for
make a
that
difference
part,
if all
but
of us
it
black and brown people participated because guess
yeah.
what, I went to work when he passed that law about immigration. When I tell you, when them Latinos took off, it was a nice sunny day. You couldn't find none of them at a car wash. That's
Mhm.
like certain stores stayed open because they weren't gonna miss their men. They weren't gonna miss their money. But like certain places that you went to, you didn't like they weren't like and like going to a car wash. It's like the car wash closed. Like yeah, it's on a sunny day. It's like if you ever, I don't know if y'all where y'all from, but when we out here and it's a sunny day, everybody at the car wash. Hey, well, nobody at that car, like it was closed. It was closed.
They was
But like that's
chasing
what I said.
niggas at
Like,
the
but like
car
all of
wash
them
over
took
here.
initiative to just not to call off that day and not work. They
Right.
did a whole boycott for one day. It made a difference because you know how much a car wash make on a sunny day.
Oh
When
yeah.
after in the rain and sleeted and miscellaneous stuff,
Right.
they cleaning them cars.
So
But
Like
yeah,
that
this is
one day made. I feel like
it
sometimes
makes
in
an
some
impact.
instances it make a difference.
Yeah.
it
Go
make a
ahead. Hype.
difference if you talking about like a mom and pop shop because they're not a big corporation. That's what I'm talking about. Like we talking like a Target, a Walmart, Amazon, or like any of those big corporations. They know eventually, one, everybody's not gonna stand on it, and two, when you come back next week or next month, we just gonna charge y'all more to make up for the loss that we had from when y'all wasn't messing with us.
Yeah,
Um, Something that you touched on a couple minutes ago with like the Black Lives Matter situation and all of that, the Colin Kaepernick thing. What they do in these situations is just change the narrative.
Mhm.
All people kept talking about the Black Lives Matter was a great message when we were talking about Black Lives Mattering. And then people wanted to start talking about, well, the organization is doing this and that, and everybody wasn't talking about that organization. Everybody want to donate money to that organization. We were talking about black people being killed by cops for no reason.
Right.
That's what Black Lives Matter was about. Kaepernick ain't say nothing about no flag, no army, no none of that military. He didn't bring none of that up. He
Yeah.
said, "I'm not standing up because they keep killing people." And then they start talking about you talking about the flag, and they turn these things into something else. This is what they do. And these the other thing, like you said, like these big corporations, like guess what? These old rich white dudes who own all this stuff, they own everything. Like,
Mhm.
so when you say like I ain't gonna drink Pepsis, but I'm gonna still buy Doritos, this same person who owns Pepsi owns Doritos.
Yeah,
The same person who owns one
that's
thing
true.
owns
That's
another
true.
thing. That's how the
And I like
finances
Pepsi. I don't
works.
like
Like
Coke.
once you start like but that's what I'm saying. Once you start like picking and choosing of which one like you said, I wanted to go to the liquor store, but now I'm inconveniencing my whole situation. But guess what? The mom and pop liquor store, though, they probably got that too. That's
Mm.
probably a change on it they got because this is just what they do. Like, it's really no way to get around still supporting their situations. But if you blatantly know, like if I go in Willie's shop and Willie don't like me or he don't like us or all right, copy. I'm not just not going there. But you be the inconvenienced your whole self and your whole situation, and ain't nobody else standing on it. You
Yeah.
just standing on it, and you messing up your whole situation about something that nobody else is standing on with you. And if we stood on it collectively, because I ain't gonna try to like exclude myself from it, because everybody do it. Because you look around and be like, well, damn, I'm walking 3 blocks out of my way, and they still got to line out the damn door. Like
Right.
it don't make no kind of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm that type of person. If I walk into a black business and I walked into black businesses and never went back in there again because y'all had poor service, like what are y'all doing? Like, I've talked about this on multiple shows before. How are you a black owned business in the heart of downtown Trenton, and you always close at random times, or when you go there on lunchtime to get food, you waiting 2 hours for your food because they just open at 12 o'clock or 11. You ain't get there early to prep the food, and then you mad because I'm upset because I gotta go back to work and I don't have time to wait for the food I just ordered.
Right.
I love to
So
support a black business, but I'm
like,
all
and it's
about
like
quality
I support
business.
black businesses, but like if you're not giving me the professionalism, it's crazy. Like even with my roof, y'all know I was trying to get my roof done, but I had called many a black business. Like the one guy came and said, "Oh, I'll send you a bill. Do you want to go up on the roof?
Right.
Like you just gonna send me a bill? You ain't bring no ladder, no nothing. And then you mad that I called him? He damn near like, why you calling me? Hello? Like, aren't you a business?
Right, right, right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a whole nother problem, right? Because we're supposed to be supporting black owned businesses or supporting local independent businesses and things like that, small businesses. And then, we get turned off because poor service, poor quality,
Don't answer
poor
back.
availability, follow up is terrible, things like that. And it's like it makes it hard to like put that effort or that energy into that when you're not getting the same return. And we just end up demonizing those types of businesses from as a whole because of the experiences we have at a few. And I think that's the messed up part about it. Here in Detroit, I know in Atlanta, and several other larger black cities where it's easy to find these black owned businesses. It's easy to find these small businesses and independent businesses, but it's hard sometimes to find what you feel like you should, the value.
Quality.
You need to find the quality, the value
Yeah.
what you deserve out of an experience. And then when you do find the experience here in Detroit, it's notorious. The best experiences are at the most expensive places,
Yeah.
and it's like I appreciate being able to get that good experience, but it's hard to still do that because then I know I'm coming out of so much money
I'm
just to
coming out of the
experience that.
budget.
Is it
Yeah.
way out of budget,
That's
and
why I
it's
said
that
what I said.
there's no happy. I
I'm
mean, I
all
won't say there's no happy medium. The happy medium,
it's
there's a happy
hard to find a
medium.
happy
It's
medium.
hard to find. Yeah, it's hard to
That's
find.
why I said what I said. I love to support a black business whenever I know somebody is doing something positive, regardless to what the situation is. I could just run into randomly whatever it is that you're doing on Instagram and just tell you that that's an episode. Get with me and let's do this episode. But it has to be quality. I'm
Yeah.
not accepting less than because you're black.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Right.
I'm expecting there to be a certain level of professionalism, a certain level of quality to the product that you're whatever it is that you're selling me. And if you
Mhm.
can't give me the quality that I'm requiring, then I appreciate, the opportunity, but we ain't gonna be able to handle that. Like I said, I don't force my money in nobody's pocket. I work too
Yeah.
hard to get my money for me to just be giving it away to you because we both happen to be black.
Yeah, I chased a couple people down for my roof, and guess what? I ended up getting going with a regular company. They came. That guy came out to my house, went up on my roof, did what he needed to do, came back down, and he's like, "I'll send you the workup of what needs to be done." And it was cheaper than I thought it was gonna be. I was ready for them to give me some disrespectful price because they're a named
She
business
never
out here.
called H2H cleaning to come handle
And
that roof and plumbing for an
listen,
HVAC cleanups, clean
I
outs.
had to rip.
Nothing.
They had to rip everything out and start from scratch.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the house was built in 2006. So yeah, it was already having leaks,
Oh,
and
that's
and it was like
yeah.
it
Roofs
was
are
about
leaking.
coming
The
up
last
on the
20,
time that it needed.
30
I was
years.
going to need a new roof, and I asked him to give me a quote for how much it was going to be to fix the part of the roof that needed to actually really be fixed at that moment, and then how much it was going to cost to do the whole entire roof.
Do the
And
whole
I was like,
entire roof.
yeah, all right. And I cut the check. They was out there the next week. They came and did that roof, and I was like, thank you. I haven't
Right.
had a leak since
Well, I mean,
because the
it,
last company came, my insurance company called them, and I had to keep calling them out twice. Like, what y'all do to my roof? Like, it's
it,
still leaking. I said, what?
But that's the
What
thing,
we?
you know. Sometimes we have, these kind of experiences, with the bigger companies better, But like, sometimes we get lucky, Or I hate to say lucky, Sometimes we come across the
Yeah,
right opportunity where, like in my mother's situation, my mother had a similar situation with the roof situation. Not that short a time. I think her roof was like 30 years old, 35 years old, and she started looking at some bigger companies because she felt more comfortable with stability and being able to say, okay, well, I know this warranty is going to be taken care of, things like that. But then she asked around, found a guy who had a company, black owned, a home improvement company, home improvement contractor, been around for I think at least 20 years. I think his dad owned it before him, and now he owns it. And great price, great quality. He followed up. He did what he's supposed to do. He took great care of her, and so she had a great experience. She
Mhm.
definitely didn't expect it, and that was the sad part. It's like she looked at it like, I don't know if I'm going to get this out of this company because it's black owned or because it's a small company. She was like, shouldn't I just go with like a Home Depot or something like that? But this guy came through. He gave her a great quote, very detailed quote, gave her all the a surety of what he was going to be able to do, and was delivering on that. And it was like, sometimes we got to give those people a chance that show us that they can that they can be a great resource. But it's
It's like
hard,
credit.
it's
You
hard
never
because
know
we have
until
so many
somebody.
bad examples and so many poor examples and poor choices that could be made, and you end up getting screwed in the end, and it's just not the same.
It's
So
just like credit. You don't have none until somebody give you some. Like
that
you can't.
fact.
You got to stand on your word. Your word has to mean something, and you can't do that though until somebody gives you a chance. I can't show you the pictures of Sunny House until I can't show Willie the pictures of Sunny House if I never got to do Sunny House. I
Right.
can't show
Right.
yeah,
Willie's house to Dame if I never like it's a
yeah,
you say like it's a chain reaction, but you
Yeah.
don't have it until somebody gives it to you.
yeah.
Sadly enough, though, like you said, you run across too many people who like told you, "Oh yeah, I'll be there Wednesday at 3," and then it's Thursday at 7, and they call you saying, "Oh man, my phone died and I lost the
Oh no,
directions."
I still ain't getting no. The one, like I said, the one guy cussed me out when I called him. And then he showed up here without a letter and didn't want to, and like was upset, like just the whole time, and then told me he's gonna give me a quote, but never looked at anything. The other people didn't call me back. I feel like I was chasing them to, hey, hello, hi, me, because like I said, I like to support. Even I had a guy that I asked about my fence. I haven't heard from him all season, and I'm like, okay, so like I need a whole new fence situation around my property. My fence is broke. Just come give me a quote and blah blah. Everybody like, oh, I got somebody. I'm gonna call them. This and the third. They call them. They send me. I get the number. I text them like, hey, what's up? You know, blah blah. Blah. I told them reach out to you. No,
Yeah, it's messed up. It's
and
messed up.
it's like I'm not that person that's like, and I get it, and that's what I hear from a lot of people. Oh, when you have, and I have one of my friends told me he doesn't like to deal with black people because white people pay him more.
Well, and vice versa. I know some people who feel like they can't deal with black companies because they don't get the quality or the service that they feel
Yeah.
that they get out of white companies.
And
And
I'm
it's
like, listen, I don't
That's
ask
all
for
about
discounts. I want to know how much it costs. Is it going to be fixed right? Am I going to keep harassing you about how you didn't fix it right? Or if I pay you what you asking me to pay you, it should be the quality of where I don't got to keep asking you to come repair the
Well, I
stuff
don't
that
have
you
to
fix.
call you
Like it's
again.
very simple with me.
yeah, I mean, and
Yeah, it
that's
should
we
be
just got to
fixed. I
change
don't have
that
to call you
narrative. You
again
got to be
until
able to
I'm
change that
referring
narrative.
you to somebody. Like that's just the
Yeah,
bottom line. Like I shouldn't have to call you to come fix this, John. If you
right,
fixed it, it should be fixed.
Yeah.
right,
I
exactly.
I gotta go though, gang. One thing I like to say before I go is the early the discounted tickets for the podcast link live show, The Empire Strikes Back. They only got another hour and a half for those discount tickets because after the first, the price of the brick goes up. Yesterday's price won't be today's price.
That part.
We ain't gonna kill y'all, but if you want to come see me and Sonny live, kill the first panel and shut the whole show down before it even
That
begins.
part. First
What
panel.
you will have to do is get your tickets now. Get your tickets now, or you can get them tomorrow. You can get them at the door. However you like to make that situation happen. We appreciate the love. But
But pull up. It's
podcast
my
link
birthday.
live
Y'all better
show.
come.
Yes, and we'll be toasting for Sonny's birthday. Podcast link live show. The
I'm gonna
Empire
be
Strikes
dancing.
Back. May the 4th. May the 4th. Doors are at 4. 218 West Shelton Avenue.
Bet it up, bet it up. Appreciate you,
Yeah.
bro.
Also, you know,
Bye.
also at Custom Hustle World, the CH1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, and the 6s will be coming soon.
All
All right,
right,
y'all.
for the show. Go check it out. All
Uh,
right.
yeah, but I just feel like sometimes like I really be trying. And it really just be like, child, like, and that's why I feel like I get frustrated and I just can't call people like, why you call them? You could have had somebody else. I could have had a lot of things if they actually showed up. Like,
Yeah,
it could have had. You
exactly.
paid that much of money to get it done. Somebody could have did it cheaper. When they was
Yeah.
going to do it? Never worry 14.
Right, right. All right. So for the next topic, I want to discuss a new term that's been floating around. I mean, it's not super new, but it's got gained some feet. And so, have you ever seen a post online where somebody, has their hot take or their unpopular opinion, and or a situation that they're involved in, and it just burns everybody up. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're wrong," or "Oh, you tripping," or you're doing it, the wrong way, and they get tons and tons of interactions from people just complaining that their take is the wrong take.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people are now starting to point these things out and calling it rage baiting. Basically, folks that are, using everybody's, sensibilities and or their values against them in order to get them engaged in their posts or in their social media posts and everything, and to build their following.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to ask the question: is rage baiting ruining social media?
I don't want to say it's ruining social media, but it's bringing a light. It's bringing to light a lot of people's opinions on things. I feel like a lot of rage baiting for me that I've seen is always around child support
Mm-hmm.
and women. Like I think it's more so an attack on women, right? Especially as black women, because I feel like a lot of the stuff be like the stuff that I see. I'm gonna just say that I don't know if you see it, but like it's a lot of the child support thing. We bitter because we got these men on child support, and it's like these men ain't doing what they supposed to do. So what should we do? And it's we should have picked better. It's our fault that these men ain't shit, or our baby dads don't want to participate. Somehow we become the soul. This is why I made my own rage baiting post a while back about how men don't like us and I don't understand why they don't, how some men don't like us. They should just go date men because we're just
Oh yeah,
these
yeah.
unworthy
That was the
creatures.
right
Yeah,
rage
no,
bait. Yeah,
I
that
definitely,
was
that's why when you said it, it made me think of that post because I
yeah.
feel like and I said it with the intent. It wasn't for me. It wasn't really rage baiting. It was my opinion, and
Right.
I understood that when I said that, people were going to feel away. A couple men commented on that status, and I feel like it's a fact. We get blamed for everything. We should have picked our baby dads better. Some of y'all got, like, I know a personal friend of mine who got a crazy baby mom. She was crazy before they had a kid, crazy after, and now he like that my bitter baby mom. She was bitter before y'all even had the kid. You just stuck beside her, and now you just acting like she this crazy person, and she been crazy just even when y'all first started dating. She was crazy like day one, all your whole dating career. Then you decided to plan a baby. The whole pregnancy was some bullshit. It was a whole bunch of rigmarole. And then you had a kid, and you understand why you're going through rigmarole and child support in court. You knew what you signed up for, right? And I feel like with us women, we get a lot of unfair bias, because I know people that were in marriages for years, right? And then the marriage broke up. He cheated, something, or she cheated. Something happened. They're no longer together. Financial, whatever it was. And then because he's not with you, and now when you get divorced, child support is in the records, spouse support and stuff like that. Now all of a sudden he's paying child support. He can't be a dad. Not all men are like this, but some. So what happens to him being a deadbeat? Because they were married for 15 plus years and everything was fine. He was a great dad.
Right.
And then he decided to be a deadbeat because he's not with you no more. He's mad because he's paying child support. And I just feel like it's a lot of things that we get tagged into for. We get mad. We get rage baiting posters like, oh, y'all, if anybody watch this show, y'all all never gonna have no man. Like, y'all mad at us for the shows we watch. Y'all mad at us if we wear a weave. Like, certain men want women with natural hair, but definitely don't want us wearing our natural hair, right? So it's like everything we do is wrong, and it's like y'all don't like us in real life. So go date some men, and that's how I feel like, because if I sit there every day, I get on social media and I'm bashing men because, hey, he got his haircut this way. Dudes that can't grow beards, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Like, just calling y'all out for everything. You picked your baby mom wrong. You wrong. Like, every time I talk about how men ain't shit, what would y'all gonna tell me? Go find a girlfriend.
Right.
I'm saying the same thing. Y'all don't like us? It's okay. We understand. You need to go date a man. Because if you're telling me you don't trust females, you should go date a man. Because obviously females have done something wrong to you. So you trust your boys more than you trust a female. Go date a man. That makes sense to me. It might not make sense to you, but if you hate us and you don't, not even hate is a strong word, if you don't like us and you can't trust us, and women ain't shit, they ain't never gonna be shit. Your mom is a woman. You don't like her either. And then so guess what? You should go date a man. Like, it's very simple. You don't like the shows about you. Don't like how we wear our hair. You like the fact that we wear makeup. You don't like the fact that we get our nails done. We don't like the fact that some of our beauty routines are a little extravagant for you, and you feel away. Go date a man. All they do is most of them get their haircut.
Right.
So like, yeah, I have rage baited, made a post on social media, but like, I rarely do it. But like, I was just frustrated because I had logged on to social media, and like every time I scrolled, there was a man upset about women. And I'm like, oh damn, y'all don't like, okay. Like, any girls that wear, like, one of my friends, he jokes, but he's not serious. He don't like Uggs. And he say he hate women, whenever there's a woman with Uggs. He jokes, he's probably jokingly like that joke serious shit because he don't like Uggs. But like, he just don't like them. Do I think he rage bait? No, because I know a lot of female wear Uggs. I don't wear Uggs, but some people that do. But like, I'm talking about the ones that get mad because we tell women why they single. Hey, you single because you always watching these love and hip hop shows. I know a lot of men that watch Bad Girl Club, Baddies, all that. This Ratchet. Y'all watch it too. So that's why y'all don't got no girl? Y'all getting, and then the one guy was saying about, oh, y'all call her sassy. I've never called a grown ass man sassy. Now I've called a grown ass man a bitch, because that's the only people I don't need to call female bitches. I call dudes bitches. And when I call you that word, it's because you're acting like one. It's not. It's meant to bother you, but like, I don't call a grown. I've never, in the 41 years going on to 42, never called a grown man sassy. Even somebody even a man that I know is gay, or trans or whatever. I'm not calling him sassy. I don't call anyone sassy. It's not a term in my sense. But some of y'all hurt because some women call y'all sassy. I don't know why I'm not in that conversation. I just say that if y'all go on social media and practice every day and talking about women and bashing women, all that. I just think that y'all should go out there and get on these dating apps and find y'all man, a nice strong man to take care of y'all.
Yeah, I mean,
That was a rage baiting post though.
but yeah, I mean, but and that's the thing is that this war or battle of the sexes that's been going on for quite some
It's a
time.
child support war.
But not only just the child support, it's just everything that
Yeah, it's like it's not that serious.
Relationships, child rearing, 50-50 relationship roles, gender roles, all these things. This battle that's been going on, and like we said, we definitely see it a lot in the Black community, at least on social media, in the Black community, Black Twitter, Black Facebook, all that. It's definitely culminated into that. I've definitely seen people call that out. I've called it out before. I've never made a post about it, but I've definitely been in a comment like, do y'all not like women or something? Are y'all looking to date men? Because that is troubling to me that so many men blame women for all their problems, or blame women as the source of issues in their relationships and things like that. And I
think therapy is a big help, because I feel like a lot of it stems from childhood traumas. Some of them actually stem from their moms, or some of them stem from relationships that they were in that really hurt them. And like is it bad? Is it females that ain't shit? Yes, it is. It's some females that are just not good females. And I understand it, because I know I've seen females that I know a dude love her, and she just out here living foul. And it's just like, you got these dudes in love, and you just out here not caring about none of their feelings. And it's like, and it's the nuance is always not the nuance. But the thing is, they always say, well, I got treated like this so bad, so now I'm doing it to dudes. And it's like, two wrongs don't make it right, right? So like, I'm not out here intentionally trying to hurt any dude. But I feel like some dudes actually got hurt, whether you love somebody that really didn't love you, and you stayed too long. And I feel like with men and women, it's normal for us to stay longer than we should, right? But I think men do it too, because it's easier to stay. And a lot of men leave because it takes a lot for a man to leave. I know men that are in situations that they should have been left, they just still there. So you're dealing with this toxicity in this relationship. And now after that situation, everybody is in public enemy number one. Right. And you can meet a genuinely good female, and now she's public enemy one. All B's ain't, that's what them name it. All B's ain't S, like all this stuff, right? And it's like, who hurt you? Like, what happened? And if you talk to a lot of these people, like I've talked to some men that I know, like I call friends, and some of them, their traumas is from their childhood, from their moms.
Right.
That's therapy, baby. Therapy will help you out, right?
Right.
And you're at this big age that you feel like that's not an option. That's not something you want to do. So you're going to stay in where you're at. And this is why we're going to deal with what we deal with. And this is why you say things like, bees ain't shit. I can't trust no girls. All females, I don't trust none of them. They all lie. They always out here doing scheming. Like, this is the problem. So this is why y'all don't like us. But it's like, to talk about females that negatively, it's like you got a mom, a sister somewhere, or somebody that you love, and this, like, they're not like that. And it's like, and like this, like I could say that, like, through my history of dating, I could say dudes ain't shit, but like that's not a reality. I know this dude I dealt with wasn't shit. It had nothing to do with the whole male community. I don't not trust all men. And like if I sit here on this podcast talk about the shit that I went through, y'all be asking me why I'm maybe out here still dating and trying to have a heart and like people. And like be in love and stuff like that. But it's like I genuinely just want to be in that feeling of love and with somebody, and that's my partner and that's my long term, right? But in reality, like if I sat there and harped on what I dealt with, I would be the same way on social media. All the niggas ain't shit. They this, that, and the third. They ain't all the deadbeat dads and this. Like I will be going in every day. I don't have that energy because I know that at 41 going on 42, every dude ain't like that. It's still good dudes out here. Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna bash a whole bunch of dudes. And like, yes, so when I make that post, I correct myself because I did put men, and I had to check myself, and I changed it to some, because yeah, we got to have accountability. So I started off wrong. I had to check myself, but I also explained my answer. Y'all don't like us. Some of y'all don't like us in real life. Like, don't like us. You don't like that we like you. You be on social media saying all these girls, BBLs, makeup to the nines, butts out, this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. This one girl Like these females you know in the town, oh, they ain't shit, they ain't blah. You watch ratchet thing. These people out here doing ratchet stuff every day. You enjoying ratchet shit. Why is it a problem if I watch it? Like doesn't make me
Well,
who I am.
so that's my thing, is that going back to what you just said about, looking at the women on social media that may, show their body parts, or that may, dress provocatively and things like that. And then you have these men that'll go, oh, these women are terrible because they do this, that, and the third. And it's like, but no, you're looking at this small subset of women on social media that's doing this, one, to make money, to gain interaction, engagement for their posts. That one small subset, and you're applying that
to every woman
about them to every woman across the board, and that's not fair. It's not fair, because like you said, there's good men, there's good women, but there's bad men, there's bad women. Not everybody's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Not everybody's good or bad for the same reasons. We're all doing something different. We're all living life differently. So to put that kind of responsibility on everyone else for something that a small subset of people are doing is crazy. Is borderline asinine to think that you can say one statement about all people in a certain group. And sadly, there's a lot of men who will say black women are like this based on 50 women that they've seen online. And it's like,
yeah, I had somebody tell me that I wasn't.
Why are you trying to date or go after online women who want nothing to do with you anyway, because you don't make enough money or you don't have enough status, and then you get mad because they reject you or they don't fit your ideal view of a woman, and then you put that mindset onto all women and claim that all women are like this. And it's
yeah, that's like the girl that went on social media and was talking about how a date, like what restaurants consider she would go on a date. This is where she don't go. I'm sorry, I would go where food is good. I would go to Fridays. I would go to Longhorn. I would go to Cheesecake Factory.
Talking about now women don't want to do this and women don't want to do that. No,
yeah, I'm not that person that want to dig in your pocket.
That was rage bait for sure. That woman.
Yeah, like she went in, and even some females do it. You got the females that do it, and you get. I just came across the post. The girl was saying what she was saying. Basically, if you got more than one baby dad, you undateable, you're less of a woman, blah blah blah. And it's like, listen, so, and this is see, I have an issue with this only because, but like, see, my kids are I was going to have two baby daddies. It was going to happen. Because my daughter is 22, my son is 12. It's a big age gap. Me and her dad have not been together since she was conceived, right? It was no going back for him. It wasn't no, let's see what this is. It wasn't, let's work it out years later and see if it works. You chose not to be there for your child because of whatever situation. You had ample opportunity to be there for your child. You chose to be inconsistent with your child. So for me personally, I can't even look at you like that, because to me you're a deadbeat, right? You're not a deadbeat in the sense of you're not a consistent dad, because we're talking about child support and now you pay it, but that's back child support. She's grown now. But like, even that wasn't like, even when we talk about child support, $87 a week. I don't know what the fuck people are paying. That's what I was getting. So like, he chose to actively not work a stable job until later on in her life, when she got to her late teens and then got into grown adulthood. So I wasn't getting much to be like, I'm using the child support for this and the third and all this miscellaneous rigmarole. I'm sure that probably was the story, but at the end of the day, realistically, I can show you the child support from start to finish. It's not that it wasn't nothing to write home about. Right. But it wasn't gonna work with me and him. It was no go back. So for me, I had another kid. Yes. Did I want to intentionally not be with this child's father? No. It's just, guess what? Things don't work out. And I'd rather be not with him than to be in a toxic situation, or not a toxic situation, relationship that don't work, and the kids feel it. Because there's a lot of people that are still with somebody and they're standing there for the kids, and their kids are fucked up. Oh, yeah. Because y'all arguing, y'all going through every emotion. Your kids is in your business more than they should be. They're dealing with what you're dealing with because it's happening in the house, right? So the kid is seeing it. The kid is feeling the tension. So they're affected by it. So yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to raise a kid in an unhappy home. I'd rather be happily single and raise my kids versus to tolerate someone that I don't want to be in a room with for long periods of time, And not to say that that was the situation for me, but I'm just speaking like just to say this. But like, I'm not going to force myself to be with someone that I'm not happy with. So yes, could I have done that? Yeah, I could have went back to my daughter's dad and dealt with the girls he was dealing with. He ended up getting married, and I could have been the side chick and miscellaneous if that wasn't something that I wanted to do.
Right.
So I left that alone. My son's dad, we tried it. It didn't work. Guess what? You got to be co-parents. But at the end of the day, that doesn't make me less dateable. If you don't want to date me, that's fine. I'm not asking you. And it's the ideal that we want you to play daddy is some females do want you to play daddy. They know who their dads are. If you're in my life, I expect you to be a positive example to my child when you're around them, and to include them and not leave them out, because they're an extension of me. So if you love me and want to be with me, you're going to be the same with them. Is that being their dad? No. I won't ask you to do bad things unless it's necessary. Like, there may be a time I may ask you to get the child off the bus. There may be a time I need you to run child from point A to point B. But because you love me, you're going to do it, right? The same way if it was the roles reversed and I need to do something for your kids, I would do it. I'm not being their mom. I'm being an extension of the co-parent situation. I'm not trying to be their mom because they have one, you know? So I think those are the things, like when you see women say stuff like that, or like in this, and then like dudes be like, yeah, she didn't listen to her because she a queen. No, she probably messed up too. Like
Right.
like the same way y'all get mad because we listen to Derek Jackson and the other guys telling us stuff about y'all, or pulling game on us, or Steve Harvey trying to tell us who type of like understanding y'all dudes. It was some truth in that. Yeah. You don't like it because there was some truth in that.
So and that's the thing. I think that, you know, there's always been some level of either rage baiting or engagement baiting from, you know, just striking nerves of people and just bringing people into a conversation because you know that this is going to engage people, or it's going to get people, you know, like you say, commenting, debating, giving their viewpoint, giving their side of the story. You know, I think that some of the newer rage baits have been over the top. Like this lady, she posted, my wife actually sent me 2 posts from her. One where she was talking about how her youngest daughter, her oldest daughter or her middle daughter's father should have taken her siblings to Disney World when he invited the one, you know, his child. So he has one kid. She's got 5 other kids by a different baby daddy. And she was like, yeah, if he's going to invite her, he needs to take all 6 of the kids. And so, of course, people are in the comments like, are you crazy? Are you nuts? You know, this is ridiculous. You know, you shouldn't do that to that man. This is his kid, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, there was a lot of debate. There was not even debate. There was just a lot of comments.
Back and forth.
But the thing is that, you know, if you look at her other posts, the woman don't even have 6 kids. She barely got 1 kid. and so she basically put this post out just to get engagement, just to get views, just to get a post go viral, things like that. And, you know, I've seen a few others where people are, you know, posting inflammatory comments and statements. Like I was just looking at this one post someone put up talking about men save money by being single, women save money by being in a relationship. And, you know, that's a sore subject for a lot of people. This financial thing between men and women. And so, I mean, the post itself had, what was it? I think it was over 12,000 comments or something like that. It was just, you know, people going back and forth, people, you know, giving their viewpoint. You know, there was definitely people who agreed. There was definitely people who didn't. You know, some people are like, well, that's not me, and I wouldn't be like this. And it gets people going. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that it's bad to get people engaged and having them have these healthy debates, you know, being able to express themselves. But I definitely think that the people that post these things, sometimes they either go too far. Like a post like that, where you do have people that are agreeing, who are disagreeing, who are in the middle, all that kind of things, people who can see it from both sides. I think those are healthy. I think those are good because we do, you know, that's what social media is for socializing, for having these kind of conversations, to see how other people think. But to post something just for the simple pleasure of just getting views and to go viral, like I can't remember the girl's name, but that girl that was going viral last year, and she was, talking about how ratchet she was and all the crazy stuff she was doing, to tick off her baby daddy and or multiple baby daddies, and how she didn't care about anything, and she would live her life the way she saw fit, and like people were going crazy in her comments, going crazy over her videos, sharing her stuff constantly because how, like you say, how ratchet she was, how over the top she was. And a lot of times these people aren't even like this, or a lot of times they don't have this stuff really going on in their lives. I mean, it's even starting to happen on Reddit of all places, where Reddit isn't even, you don't even get paid for posts on Reddit.
Yeah.
So wow. On Reddit, and so I just think that there's a level of it that just needs to stop.
Yeah, I feel like because then it turns it does turn people against each other.
Yes, that part.
And it's like even when I'd seen one where the guys were talking to the group of men, when they were talking, I think I posted in the group, when they were like, if me, I'm gonna put an example. So say if me, you, Hype, and Dame were at an event, and who I'm gonna say? I'm gonna name somebody else. So say this guy Michael that we all know is there. Me and Michael are dating. You're talking. I'm paying attention to you. He basically was like, his woman shouldn't be looking at another man when he's talking.
Right.
And I'm just like, what? Like, I mean, I was raised. You look at people when they're talking. I don't. But it was like it. And it's like I saw this girl eyeing me with her man, and I was like, and I told him he needed to leave her because she over there all in my face. You was talking.
Right.
Because it's not necessarily being in your face if you're talking, I'm actually looking at you while you're talking. Because if we're in a group setting and we're having a conversation, whoever's talking, I'm looking at.
Right.
Normally, me, I'm looking at everybody. While everybody's talking, I'm just like looking at everybody. But if you're talking about something and it's something I'm really paying attention to, I'm like.
Right.
So, and then you got men that agree with that. I don't want anybody looking at my woman looking at no other man. It's not that type of party.
Right.
If I went to an assembly or any type of some situation where somebody was talking, I'm looking at them.
Right, seminar.
That's what. Yeah. Like I go to meetings and miscellaneous stuff or group setting events, and if the speaker's talking, I'm. So that was that. Yeah, I'm at church, a preacher, and I'm looking.
Right.
I ain't supposed to look at this man.
You ain't supposed to be looking at that man.
I mean, if we locked eyes for a minute, I don't know what to tell you, but like, that wasn't, because you know how sometimes you look at somebody.
Don't be locking eyes. That's crazy.
No, but you know how you, like one time, I forget where I was. I don't know where I was. I in the event? I was at an event, and I pay attention to a lot of shit. So I just turned around. Next thing you know, the guy looked at the same time I looked, and it was like, oh, that's weird. Like it looked in my soul.
I don't know where I was at. Same thing happened to me. I was at some kind of event or some kind of, like you say, like a group presentation or something. The person was talking, and I swear this person, I don't know how they did it, but it felt like they were staring right at me almost the whole time.
It happened in church a lot. I'm like, don't be looking at me. You talking to me, preacher?
I'm like, turning around like, looking at my guy.
The instant uncomfortable feeling is like, oh shit. Oh, wait a minute. This ain't that. This ain't. Now I've done that. I've locked eyes with Mario, the singer, when I was at a club and he was singing. I locked eyes with him, and I was just like, hey.
I've never locked eyes. I locked
eyes with him.
I was at a concert recently. That man came in there. He did his set. He was in and out before we got a chance to sit down.
Oh no, he was at. This is back when I was in a
hotel, which was even more crazy. He did a whole like video in the dining room at my hotel, and I'm like, this man literally went back to the hotel, ate dinner, and went to bed before Mary J. Blige even got up on stage.
Hey yo, no, let me tell you, this is back in my clubbing days, and I was at this club in Philly, and I was standing there, and like you know how like you see all the security walk by. What the fuck they doing? Because this is a club I always frequent, so no security or anything like that. I'm like, oh, who these? I don't know these people because it's security and some people I don't know. They just big. I'm like, what the hell? This man brushed past me. When I tell you I grabbed that man, I was like, oh Jesus! I said, oh my God, Mario. He's like, turn around. He's like, ah. This back when You Should Let Me Love You came out.
Oh, okay. Oh wow. Okay.
So I was like, oh, sir, how you doing? I grabbed him. I was holding on to him while he was walking with him. And then,
Right,
and then I eventually let go because I was taken aback.
right.
And then when he got up there, he was like, they played the flip side, everybody up there rocking. And then he get ready to do his set, and he started singing "You Should Let Me Love You." And I had my little shortcut on. I had my short haircut, and I was like, and then he looked at me, and I was like, and I was just sitting there like, I love this man. And then we had a little moment because I forget, once he did his set, he stayed there for the whole time though, but once he did his set, they was playing like, the hype songs back then, you hear all the songs. So he had like a button up, he unbuttoned it, and then he went to put it on the balcony, which was right in front of him, like the front of the stage, like the handle, whatever the bar situation.
Yeah.
And he put his jacket there. My little drunk self grabbed his shirt. You know, that man grabbed it back from me, but he caught me off. This is back when I was much smaller. And when he yanked it back, I came forward. People like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." I said, "It's fine. It's whatever. Like you should let me love you."
We got to move on because Sonny's over here having a moment with.
I'm sorry, I did. I love him, but go ahead.
Right, with old Mario memories. So going back to your comment about child support, I actually had a topic lined up or a question lined up. So I don't know if you remember a few months ago, actually it might have been a year ago, we had a debate about the woman who was receiving a lump sum child support check from her, I don't know if it was her ex-husband or baby daddy or whoever it was, but she was getting a lump sum back child support, right? And her son found out about it or knew about it and told her that he thought that he should get the check. And then it sparked this debate about does that money belong to the mother or the child when a lump sum check comes, right? So pretty much the consensus back then was, everybody agreed that it was definitely her money, reimbursement, things of that nature. And I remember, we had the conversation on this show and we talked about, the fact that we all kind of felt like, oh, I would probably do something for my kid, or I would probably, I would, get the money. It would be my money, but I would, possibly take it, do some type of significant thing or help them out some way, things like that.
Well, that happened to me though. So
okay.
Yeah, so my daughter was.
Before you bring that up, I want to answer this question real quick. So the question is, because most of us, agreed that we would do something for our kid, some type of significant thing. If you did get a big lump sum check, you got your example. I'm gonna give my opinion. Would you give your child a lump sum from that? Give them a portion of that from that child support check, but at what age would you have no restriction on what they can do with that money that you're giving them? Because I know a lot of us talked about, and I think you had mentioned possibly doing like that the woman could do like a part on their tuition. Somebody talked about buying houses or putting down payment on houses, helping people with rent, things like that. So if you got a lump sum, let's say you got $100,000 and you decided, you know what, I'm gonna give my kid 30 grand. At what age would you say, I'm going to let my kid decide what they want to do with that money? What age the kid age?
Oh, so my daughter was grown when I got the lump sum I got. It wasn't 50, 100,000. If it was 100,000, I probably would give her half. It will be, she's grown and she has a kid. There's no restriction. I'm not like, even when I got a lump sum of 3,000. It's like 3,000 some odd. It was like 3,300 or something like that. I think I sent her 15.
Okay.
She was pregnant with my grandbaby, and I just was like, I sent it to her. I didn't even say anything to her because I couldn't believe I got it. I get the little child support text. You got $70-something. I'm like, whatever.
Right.
Like, I don't even care. That day, I was not expecting that. Sometimes I get like 100 too. If they depending on how it was paid, I'll get like a little, like all lumped together, or I'll get like the $87 or whatever it is. So that day particularly, I actually was sitting with my boyfriend, and we was sitting at the table and he was talking to me, and my text, bloop, bloop. I'm like, what the fuck? child support, and I didn't even look at the dollar amount. I said it was a child support payment, and we started talking, and then I think I got another text after that for somebody else, and I actually checked that one, and it was like 3 stacks. I'm like, oh shit! And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I just got blah blah. He like, what? I'm like, yeah. He like, oh wow, blah blah blah. What you gonna do with that? I said, I'm about to send Zari some. And I guess he thought I was sending her like a couple hundred or whatever. I divided the amount on the calculator because I work in payroll by my math. Like it was numbers and whatever. So I divided it, and it like closest amount, you round up 15. Boom. Gave it to her. I sent it to her. I Zelda it to her. She immediately said, "Back, what's this for?" Because that's my check. What you give me that for? What? It wasn't tax season. It wasn't none of that. So you're like, what's this for? And I'm like, I got child support payment, but I knew it was back child support. So at this point, she's grown. She's no longer in college. It's all back child support. So whatever he had done, it was a lump sum. That's why I got it. Like right now, so all he's paying back is back child support. He owes no current child support for her. It's just all back. So so I sent to her and then she was like, "What's that for?" And I said, "It's child support." She said, "That third." I'm like, "I still support you, child." Like, so, cause she same one called me, "Can I borrow 200?" Like, girl, take the money, like whatever. Like, I still help her out with stuff. So like that was like, put this aside. Don't let nobody know you got it. This is for you and the baby. Use it as you see fit, but don't use don't. I didn't. It wasn't really a restriction. I just didn't want her to tell somebody she got it because then people could not borrow, blah blah blah, this and the third, or somebody knows she got it and then she using it on something that's not gonna benefit her long term.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just sent it to her and he was like, "Oh, I can't believe you just did that. I don't know no mom would do that." I'm like, she grown, she about to have my grandbaby. Like, I could have kept it because I was putting together her baby shower. Huh?
How old is she now?
She's 22 now.
Okay. So
yeah, but
so if there was no baby involved and her being, I guess, if she was 21, would you still give it to her?
I still would have sent it to her.
I mean, with no restriction.
Yeah, because I feel like she calls me she'll call me randomly. She'll be like, she'll call me not to put her business out there. She'll be like, "Mom, I need to go do Instacart so I can get a couple extra dollars." And I'm like, "Why would you need?" Like, yeah, she could do Instacart. Like, I know my baby will work for it because that's one thing. She like me will work. If nothing else does, we at work. She already works, and this is like a side hustle that she does when she has downtime. So I wasn't feeling good. So I said to her, I'm like, I really don't feel up to watching the baby. And I said, "What you need?" And she told me, and I just sent her the money. So like that, like if it's something that I like, she ain't like, she'll ask me for like $30 here and there. But like if she needs something, she know like we went to AutoZone a couple weeks back and she was doing something and they wouldn't let her return something, but she needed the parts to get her car fixed. I just swiped my card, like, come on, like, not a payback situation. And I only do that because I know my daughter. My daughter's a saver. This is the same girl who during COVID lost her job at the mall and was getting them unemployment checks and bought her first car with her own money.
Oh wow.
So like I said, you know who you raise. Right, I'm not a saver. She absolutely is. She ain't gonna be. She not gonna be like.
Yeah, my middle daughter's like that, where she's
not gonna be.
Bought her own car. She's had her own apartment for years. So
she's not gonna be out there willy nilly or whatever. So like for her, it will be no restriction. Now for my son, oh yeah, I don't know what he's like. Once he get old enough, I don't know what he will be on restriction. Like I will make it set up because I know him. He doesn't understand a lot right now. So I don't want anybody taking advantage. So for him, it'll be more restricted. But for her, it was just like I know who I raised. I know what kind of kid you are. Like this is her working, going to college program, getting paid, and we set up her bank account when she first started working doing a program where they paid her. So she drew out deposit. I showed her how to deposit her check into her bank account, and she was saving. Like this is the girl that saves. So like I know her. So for me, it would never be a restriction on her. Now my son, I would have to have his all set up and how. Like I would set up to a way that it pays for stuff that he needs, and then he'll have little extra to have to do his little store runs.
Yeah. So I definitely agree that when it comes to a kid that is going to do the right thing, I guess that's the best way to put it. That is going to take good care of themselves, or they're going to do the make the most of what you're giving them or what you're providing them. It makes it easy to have no restriction, or to not, put some kind of guidelines behind it. I definitely was considering a situation like that. Is with my kids, I know that for the most part, most of them will be in a position where I'll feel like, oh, you know what, here's the money, take care of what you need to take care of, do what you need to do, have some fun with a little bit of it too, and not feel like they're going to blow it completely. I when I was considering this question, I initially was just like, oh, if they're 21, 22, I would feel like, oh, they should be able to handle doing whatever they need to do with it. If they're under that, I would definitely be like, oh, you know what, you should probably put this to the side for, for living expenses, or you should put this aside for college, or you should put this aside for blah, 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 that kind of thing. Especially if it's a large lump sum, something like that.
Yeah.
I think that I initially thought that way because of my own experience with my own kids. I do have one kid where I probably wouldn't, because I'm like, I don't know
like, what you gonna do.
I don't know what the situation is going to be. If he's going to do the right thing or if he's going to blow it. I know he doesn't really have the bills or the responsibilities that would even require anything like that. I would hope that he would use it to further himself independently, but I don't know. So I would be like, I don't know. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
that's why I said you know your kids, and you just know who that you know. Like, cause even my daughter, she was 19 when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but for me, I know who I raised.
Yeah.
So, and I know what kind of kid.
Yeah. I mean, good point. Because my middle daughter is like that, where I definitely would have felt even at 19, because I knew at 19.
Yeah.
She was on her way to getting her first apartment, and she was already, and even she would have did it before that if she had the right job, but she just had to save up for that.
Yeah.
She ended up buying herself a car. I mean, I bought her a car before that when she was like 16 or 17. And then I ended up helping her get her next car, not helping her financially, but helping her just, with the process. But she had the money, and she was like, yeah, I saved this money. I'm buying this car straight cash. What can I get, that's affordable, either low monthly payment or no payment at all. And we end up, finding a car for her that she was able to, buy cash.
Yeah, that's how my daughter was. She bought her cash and they had no payments. That was her first car. She just, and it's crazy because she lost that car because somebody, an irresponsible driver, came down, turning down my street and totaled her car out. And it was like they had no insurance, so it was a big to do. And so, like, this is a car that she had nothing to pay on, and it was hers. She had to pay insurance, and now it's like she's going to the life of having to pay a car note, which she didn't have to do for this girl got this car during while she was in high school. Like, graduation, right. She drove us to her graduation. Like, like I said, this is the like I said, when I my daughter, her attitude sucks. But as far as financially and like responsible, she is responsible. I mean, yeah, do she have some stuff to work on? Absolutely. But at the same time, I know that for one, she's not lazy. She's gonna work and have a job. She's gonna make sure she can provide for herself. She's not conditioned to just do nothing. I didn't raise her that way. So, like, these types of things. And on top of that, she's a saver. I'm not. I just know how to pay bills and keep some money in my account till the next time I get paid. Somehow I'll just keep a little in just in case of emergency situation. I mean, that's saving to an extent, but
I feel you. All right. Well, great topics, great conversation. I think I got a couple of more for next week or next time we jump in here. But we always got great topics going on. Make sure y'all hit like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we're back online, when we're back in here, giving you guys some great conversation, great topics, great discussions. Hit our socials, GFT_radio on Twitter, Instagram, GFT Radio on Twitch, GFT Radio Network on Facebook, and join the conversation over at the Join the Conversation group, facebook.com/groups/GFT Join the Conversation. In the meantime, Sunny, tell the folks where they can find
y'all can find me at the Podcast Link Philly show May 4th, at a King's Cafe. Was it 218? Is it West Shelton? I'm doing it off of memory. Go to my Facebook page or my Instagram. I am Sunny _D, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok. Jesus, my sister got in my head. TikTok. On TikTok and IG, I do have the links to purchase the tickets. Early bird ends at 12 midnight tonight. You have to pay the regular price after that. But I hope you guys slide through. It is my birthday. Well, not mine and Dana. We both Tauruses. Taurus season, you know, we're going to turn up and rock out the club. But it's going to be a dope show with a whole lot of amazing, fun content. But catch me every day on all my socials. Unreservedly Me is my website. Like I said, go to my IG or on my Facebook. If you're on my Facebook, it's pinned to the top, so you can see my little thing I made and the flyer, and the information is in the caption. But I hope to see you guys May 4th, 4 p.m. Doors open, a King's Cafe on 218 West Shelton Avenue in Philadelphia.
All right, that's what's up. All right. And it's your boy, Willie Styles, in the building. Get at me everywhere at Willie Styles on IG and Twitter, Willie.Styles on Snapchat and TikTok. Visit me over at stylesradio.com for all the hot tracks that I'm listening to. Just started listening to the new Vori album. Been listening to the new Friday album. Listen to a lot of Chris Brown. And make sure you hit me up at williestyles.info for all my links. I'm gonna definitely have to look into that situation in May. Make sure y'all.
Yes, it's gonna be fun. I'm so excited. Bring your spouse. I'm excited. It's gonna have fun.
So yeah, we have to look into that for sure. We've been trying to find a little quick trip to go to. So you know that might be a move. We have to think about that.
That part.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, make sure you guys check out all our shows. We still got a couple of them floating around, still trying to
we're coming back with the Unreservedly Us. I am down a laptop, as you can see. I'm a little bit narrow in this because I'm on my phone, but my laptop will be back. I will be back with Sex with Sunny and Unreservedly Us. So stay tuned. I just can't see on this little small screen. I can't do it. I got my specs on and it's still too small.
Right. No, I feel you. Yeah, working on the phone is tough.
I had
to bring out the laptop today. So
listen, it's been hard out here for a pimp. I'm trying to tell you.
Right. Make sure y'all check us out. GFT Radio Show Mondays at 10 p.m. We haven't been able to keep up the weekly thing lately, but we do have tons and tons of shows on replay. Y'all can go check out, and then make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when we're back in here the next Monday that we're back on here. How to Hustle podcast with Hype Mondays at 2 a.m. He's just dropped a new episode I think a couple weeks ago. Make sure you guys go check that out and check out the podcast Link TV show on BS3 TV.
Yes, go check out the first show. It's definitely there. It's doing numbers. It's being lit. So if you want to prep for May 4th, go watch that one. The next show should be on there soon as well. So I'm super excited for that one because the second one was a hip hop thing, and that was all types of fun. It was crazy. It was fun though.
Nice. Looking forward to that. All right, guys. Well, until next time, you know where to find us, gftradioshow.com. Until then, we are.
Yo, it's your boy Dame here.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D.
Yo, it's your boy Smooth from the GFT Radio Network.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building.
Join us Mondays at 10 p.m. live on Twitch, YouTube, and our Facebook. And if you miss us, don't worry. You can catch it on our website, gftradioshow.com. And if you feel like talking to us every day, join our Facebook group.
At Join the Conversation, the group where you can discuss all kinds of topics.
Catch me also, Fans Respected, Dope Sports Show. Holla at your boy.
You can cop some merchandise over at our store, teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, masks, and even more.
Next time on GFT Radio, what are we talking about? Join the conversation to find out.
Make sure you get at us on GFTradioshow.com for all of our audio and video playbacks, as well as links to all of our social media sites.